Hello and welcome back to yet another video. I've decided to do a review on the beer where it all started. I have got myself a can of Brewdog's Punk IPA. This is a go-to beer for me most of the time. I started out with this beer. I was a lager drinker for a long time, and I started finding myself getting quite bored of it, really. And I thought, you know what, let's go and have a look and see what I can find in the supermarket. I think it must have been Tesco's, and we're talking maybe about 6 or 7 years ago now. And I stumbled across a can that just looked different from the rest, and excuse me, I've been losing my voice today a lot. And I stumbled across a can that just stood out from the rest. And the whole name of the beer stood out from the rest, the look of the can. So I thought, screw it, let's just try it. And I've never heard of it before, let's just give this a go. So I did, and got home, took a sip, didn't think too much of it when I was doing it, and then bang. It pretty much changed the whole way I look at beer, the way I went and shopped for beer, and I've been drinking craft beer that whole time since. It all started with this. No word of a lie. After that, you know, everyone enjoys a lager from time to time. All beer drinkers, sunny day, hot day outside, it's a good beer to have. But most of the time for me now, pretty much all the time, I will buy a craft beer. And this is the beer that just changed everything for me. I was blown away by how different it tasted, and it got me excited about trying all these different new beers that I was hearing about, and there was this massive movement taking place. So I just love craft beer, and this one, I've drunk so many now over the years, but this one has stuck around in my fridge for most of the time, and that really says something. I think they've really got the balance right with this beer, and it ticks a lot of boxes for me and what kind of beer I like. So I just thought I'd hop on here and share my little craft beer story, get it into a glass, and let you know my general thoughts on it. Now, haven't had one for a good 2 or 3 weeks. Haven't had a beer this week. It's Thursday today. I haven't had a beer since the weekend, so cheers. Still love that aroma, you know. It's never gotten old. It's like a really sort of musky, fruity flavour aroma. It's like a pineapple, zesty, citrusy, a lot of pineapple. It's very, I mean, I think they've changed their recipe a few times. This was about 5.7% ABV, and now it has been reduced to a 5.4. I'm not too sure whether they've done that because of COVID-19, just to cut costs, or maybe it was just a bit too high on the ABV. I don't know. I need to look into it, but for me, it hasn't impaired the flavour. I still love it just as much as I did before. If anything, I actually prefer it that it's been reduced slightly. Means I'm gonna drink more of them, but it's that slight difference, and yet it has changed it. It's got less of a spikiness to it in a good way. So let's get a drink. It's just what it does there. You get that pineapple-y zestiness to it, that sort of citrus flavour, and the carbonation just moves that flavour around the inside of the mouth. It's just got such a great mouthfeel to it, this beer. and I find it so easy just to drink. It's refreshing, it's flavoursome in every sip. It's just an incredible beer. If you haven't had a Punk IPA, go and buy yourself a can. You can get them quite cheap now. I think for a 440ml can, sorry, a 330ml can like this, you can probably pick it up for about £1.80. Just give it a go. I highly recommend it. Like I say, I mean, this sort of beer here, this beer here is something that's remained in my fridge for years. All the other beers I try, love them, but this has remained one that I've continued to buy. And I think it just hits so many boxes for me. It's a 10 out of 10 for this beer for me. This is where it all began. I've continued to buy it for years. The price point on this is incredible for what you get. And I'm a big fan of Brewdog. They've definitely made some interesting choices with some of the beers they've released over the last few years. But the Punk IPA, that's what keeps me coming back. Really good. I like Dead Pony as well. I went through a bit of a phase where I liked Elvis Juice, but for some reason I just sort of went off that in the end. And they've done some really nice other beers that I've put on the channel recently. The Juice Shack, the Duopolis, and they've just released a 440ml can of a beer called Marshmallow or something like that. So I need to pick that up and do that soon. You can expect a couple of more reviews going on the channel either today, either tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. And they are the new beers that I bought from Tesco. They've got a brand new range. So one from Vocation, one from Salt. And yes, I think there's one from Northern Monk I want to try as well. So keep an eye out for those. And if you have any questions, comments section below. And go and get yourself one of these beers. Look at that haziness. The lacing on the glass there. Too good. Thanks for watching.